All right, Jordan, last topic of the night. We are going to do another top five. This has been a good series. Everybody has enjoyed it in the comment section. But we're going to do top five defensive tackles all time for the Clemson Tigers, according to us. Okay. So if you don't like our list, it's okay because it's just according to us. You can have a completely different list. But what I would like you guys to do, get into the comment section. Give me some of your top five, right? You don't have to rank them in order if you don't want to. Just give me some of your top five guys that you would put all-time top five defensive tackles for the Clemson Tigers. Jordan, you wanna lead it off?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to start. I mean, this is going to be one of the tougher ones we do because obviously the tradition at Clemson has been
Yeah,
so.
we got a pretty big group of defensive tackles to choose from.
Yeah, we do. But we both what do we do? We both list, and then we just kind of.
Yeah, we just kind of list a bunch of names between me and you, and then in the end we'll circle back and put it in a top five.
Okay, yeah, all right. So I'll start
We're
with
just
an obvious
naming
one.
people right now. We're not ranking. We're just naming people
Yeah, this
that
is
are in
not
the,
this is
that
not
are
an
in the
order.
conversation of the top five according to us.
All right, so I'll start. Christian Wilkins. I think that's a fairly obvious one. You gotta. I think he's a guy he's got to be in there somewhere. Um, multiple year All American. Came back for his senior year, won two national championships. Was one of just the faces of Clemson football during that playoff run. I
Yeah,
mean,
three
not really
times.
much else to say. One of the
Yeah.
bigger personalities that Clemson has had, that for sure. So
Here
Christian
you go.
Wilkins.
Just a quick stat line on Christian Wilkins. Um, 250 tackles, 41 tackles for loss, 16 sacks, 56 quarterback pressures. He was a three-time All-American and was the fifth unanimous All-American in 2018 in program history. So, yeah, yeah, I think that's a pretty good case to be top five in Clemson history.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take it a little further back in history. I'm gonna go William Refrigerator Perry for a top five.
yeah,
Um, Obviously, he was Clemson's first three-time All-American, ACC Player of the Year in 1984. Left Clemson with 60 tackles for loss um, and 27 sacks. So good for fourth on the
ridiculous.
all-time list. A legend at Clemson. One of the first guys you think of when you think about defensive linemen and Clemson is William Refrigerator Perry. Also had an amazing NFL career as well. But again, he makes this list for what he did at Clemson, and he was nothing short of spectacular.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you have to have him on there. I'm gonna make it simple. I'm gonna go with his brother, Michael Dean Perry.
Hey, there you go. He's on there. He's
Yeah,
on there.
he's got. I think you got to have him he's got to be in that conversation as well. Um, Honestly, had a better NFL career than his brother.
He did.
I mean, what else is there to say? I mean, he wasn't on those national championship teams. I think that's probably why he doesn't get the teams plural. I don't mean plural. The national championship team. So he probably doesn't get the same amount of love that his older brother did. But I think he was almost as dominant and just phenomenal football player, multiple year All American. I already mentioned his NFL career.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he has to be on the list.
Yeah, for sure. ACC Player of the Year, 61 tackles for loss, school record, 28 sacks on the list, on the short list of school record for sacks as well. So definitely a guy that deserves to be in that top five conversation, no doubt about that. Let's see. Next one I'm going to go with Dexter Lawrence. Big Dex, I think I don't think you can, have a top 5 conversation without mentioning Dexter Lawrence's name. He was, one of the anchors of a really elite defensive line group at Clemson. From top to bottom, that defensive line room was absolutely insane. But he was like the anchor in the middle of that defense that truly, kind of gave offenses fits and ate up blocks, and was a big time run stopper and pressuring the quarterback. And even you look at his NFL career right now. I mean, the guy is having crazy amounts of sacks as a defensive tackle in the NFL, right? So just a physical specimen and a guy that throws offensive linemen around and makes them look really ridiculous for a living. So gotta be in the top 5 conversation for me.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think no debating that. Phenomenal NFL career going on right now. Great Clemson career, and he's just a freak. But one of the just pound for pound, one of the best players in the NFL right now.
Yeah. I think finished his career with 162 tackles, 20 tackles for loss, and 11 sacks. So an amazing Clemson career. The only sad part is he did not get to participate at the end, and that's unfortunate. But he should have been on the field. I don't care what they say.
Yeah. That's a conversation we could explore one day.
We could dive into a whole that's a rabbit trail we don't need to go down right now.
Yeah, not right now.
Maybe another we'll save that for the summertime. That can be a rant we go off on.
All right, I'm going to go back in the time machine, going back to that those early Danny Ford teams. I'm going Jeff Bryant. I think he's got to be up there. First team All-American, the national team captain, and just one of the anchors of that championship defense. You think you got to go with him?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good one. I'll go back in the time machine as well. I'm going to go Jim Stuckey.
That's a great pick.
All-American.
Jim Stuckey was on my list.
Finished his career with 10 sacks. Played for Danny Ford.
Yeah.
Played for a couple coaches, but Danny Ford as well. So, again, All-American, great defensive tackle for the Tigers. Yes, Isaac Smith. Grady Jarrett.
Yes.
Absolutely, Grady Jarrett.
He was next on the list after the person I was just about to name that James took, in Chester McLaughlin. So
Chester McLaughlin, yep.
You guys are beating us to the punch because we're yapping.
Yeah.
Chester McLaughlin was going to be my next pick. And it's so difficult when we do these because it's like you get down, you have like a list of names floating in your head, and then you'll drop one, and then you're like, oh shoot, man, maybe he.
Now we got Chester McLaughlin and Grady Jarrett, and so how many are we up to now? Do we need to stop and make a top 5 ranking?
I think that's good. Okay, so we have. Okay, so we have Christian Wilkins, we have Big Dex, we have both Perry brothers.
We got Jeff Bryant,
Jim Stuckey, Grady Jarrett, Chester McLaughlin.
Who are we missing? I thought we had somebody else.
Was there someone we didn't name?
All right, we had Christian Wilkins.
Yes.
Both the Perry brothers.
Big Dex.
Jeff Bryant. Jim Stuckey. Grady Jarrett. And
Chester McLaughlin.
All right, so there we go. That's 8. So we got 8.
Okay, now we got to put this into a top 5.
Now we got to go top 5. Who's going to be the overall number 1 defensive tackle for the Clemson Tigers?
Do you have a name? Do you know?
I do have a name.
Okay.
Some people might be mad. Well, I guarantee you people are going to be mad. But
okay, we're doing this based off of their Clemson careers, correct?
Clemson career only.
Okay, my number 1. Let's say our number 1's at the same time. See if we agree. Well, it might not be exactly the same because of a delay, but
Okay. Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Christian Wilkins. Okay, we're good.
All right. All right, we're good. I just figure some people might get, some people might want, Refrigerator Perry there. I don't know, but for me, it's Christian Wilkins. Just not only what he did on the field, but just like his charisma, how he brought everybody else up on the defensive line, not only the defensive line, but the team. He was just, that guy's Clemson through and through, man. So, yeah, he's number 1 for me. I'm glad we agree.
Man, now you guys wait till we finish to mention Brinson Buckner and Brandon Thompson. Man, Brandon Thompson doesn't get enough love, man. Those early 2010 teams, he was a dude. There, like I said, there's too many guys that you could argue to be on this list. But we had to narrow it down. DJ Reader,
DJ Reader,
Carlos Watkins, you have to draw the line somewhere.
Right. Tyler Davis is another great one.
Tyler Davis, oh man, Tyler Davis would be a great pick.
It's another great one. There's so many guys, but we're just gonna work. We're gonna work what we got. Deshaun Williams, yeah. Nick Eason, yeah, there you go.
Nick Eason.
Nick Eason.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go. I would think Refrigerator Perry 2. Christian Wilkins 1, Refrigerator Perry 2.
I think that's what I'm going to go with too.
Both 3-time All-Americans. I think those have got to be your 1 and 2s.
I think I'm with you, man. Yeah.
So Christian Wilkins, William Refrigerator Perry. Who we going 3?
Oh, okay. I'm going Big Dex.
Big Dexter Lawrence. Okay.
Who are you thinking?
No, Dexter Lawrence is fine with me.
Okay.
I'm 100% okay with that. Yep. All right. So who do we have left on the list? So 1, 2, and 3 are taken. Christian Wilkins, William Perry, Dexter Lawrence.
Yes.
Who do we have that we? So we got.
We still got Jeff Bryant.
We still got Jim Stuckey. We still got Michael Dean Perry.
Yeah.
And
one more. Do we mean Chester McLaughlin?
Chester McLaughlin and Grady Jarrett.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Who? Okay. 4 and 5. Where are we going?
Michael Dean Perry.
That's the name. That's who I was thinking. I think you have to have.
I don't think he could be any lower.
Because you could argue he
put Dex over him, but you could argue he could go over Dex.
Yeah.
But I like where Dex is at, and let's put Michael Dean Perry number 4. Yeah. So here comes the hard part. The 5th one.
Oh man, somebody's got to get cut. We got with 3 people. I mean, we 8 names, so we got to
cut 3 people. So out of our list, we got Jim Stuckey, right?
Yep.
Chester McLaughlin, Jeff Bryant, and Grady Jarrett. So let's cut one.
I'm gonna cut Chester.
Okay. I'm okay with that. Yep.
I'm gonna cut Chester.
All right. So cut Chester. All right. We got to cut another one out of Jeff Bryant, Jim Stuckey, and Grady Jarrett. I'm gonna cut Grady Jarrett.
I don't feel good about cutting Grady.
You don't feel good about that? All right, so who do we cut? Let's cut Jeff Bryant then.
I don't like cutting Jeff Bryant either. Okay, hold on. Okay,
we got to cut one of them.
We got okay. All right. We got to choose. I don't feel good about cutting any of these guys, honestly.
I don't either.
Okay. We're gonna piss. We're definitely gonna piss some old heads off too. Because
Jeff Bryant was part of the national title team.
Yeah, I know. That's why it's like I can't say cut Jeff Bryant. Oh God.
So that's got to count for something. I'm
really struggling. Okay, cut Jim Stuckey.
All right, Jim Stuckey's out. So we got Jeff Bryant and Grady Jarrett. We got to pick one.
Oh, I think we got to cut Grady.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Oh, that hurts.
All right, so Christian Wilkins, William Refrigerator Perry, 2. 3, Dexter Lawrence. 4, Michael Dean Perry. 5, Jeff Bryant. 6.
Grady was the last cut, right?
Grady Jarrett. 6, yeah. Grady Jarrett. 7, Jim Stuckey.
Yep.
8
Chester
McLaughlin. So there's your top 8. Grady Jarrett's the first one out of the top 5. I hate leaving them out, but you got to give Jeff Bryant his flowers for being the anchor to the defensive line that won the first national championship at Clemson. That's got to give you something.
I don't think you could tell the story of Clemson football without talking about Jeff.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he's the anchor of that defensive line. So got to give him the nod. He's in the top 5. So there you have it, folks. We're too young. James Thompson said we're too young for that.
Yeah, you're probably right. Like,
there's going to be a flavor of recency bias in all of me and Jordan's.
But hey, we cut. Hold on, but we cut Grady Jarrett. Like if we really wanted to be,
that's true. If we were being the true young bucks, I would have cut somebody else and put.
Yeah, we would. Grady Jarrett would have been in the top 5. Like So we have more pre Dabo players. We have more pre 21st century players than we do 21st century players. So
3 out of the 5 are like old school players. Yeah. So we only put 2 new school guys in there, Dexter Lawrence and Christian Wilkins.
Yep.
And I don't think anybody's refuting Christian Wilkins or Dexter Lawrence being in there.
Yeah,
no. So there you have it. There's our top 5. Christian Wilkins 1, William Refrigerator Perry 2, Dexter Lawrence 3, Michael Dean Perry 4, and Jeff Bryant 5. You don't have to agree with our top 5. Just put your top 5 in the comment section and tell us why we were wrong, and we'll appreciate it.
Yeah, hey, I think we did a good job, honestly.
I think we did. I think we did a really good job.
That might be the toughest position.
Yeah, that's not easy, man. That's why like we kept naming names, and I was like, all right, we got to stop naming people because we got too many names, and we're only taking 5. So we were just making it harder on ourselves. But yeah, that was fun. we'll do another position group next week.